And hello everybody, my name is NikoTheLegend, also here to give you some more Let's Talk Mass Effect. And today's topic is going to be, what now? And before I get into that, just want to say guys, if you have any other topics or subjects you want to talk about that's Mass Effect related, please let me know in the comments below. And yeah, I'd love to talk about some of the things that you guys want to talk about. That'd be great. And then I'll do a little shout out in the video and on some recommendations. But anyway, let's get right into it. So, as we all know, Mass Effect is kind of Mass Effect Andromeda in particular, and the franchise has been we finally know that there's no single player DLC or anything like that. There's just nothing. There's just getting some more multiplayer support type things, but nothing related to a sequel or a just like a continuation. We don't know anything right now. If you try to look up Mass Effect Andromeda news, you won't find anything. So, because we got the closure we wanted, and that's it. There's no more speculation. There's nothing until BioWare officially makes a statement, or EA. The last thing we heard was just the vice president or whatever guy was just saying that there's why not go back to Mass Effect, but that's not really that great of a thing to talk about since we already did that, and it's not really explaining much because it was very vague and just a little on the surface type. So I kind of want to hear what you guys are going to be doing. What plans do you have now that we have that closure? What I mean is, since we know that it's going to be a while until other things come out for BioWare. I mean, the next big thing for BioWare is Anthem, obviously, but I don't know if we'll hear anything from Mass Effect or anything like that. So while we have this dark void of nothingness, how are you guys going to fill it up? Are you guys going to be playing Mass Effect still? Are you guys going to be playing Andromeda even harder? just to ease the pain or soothe the pain, or just completely stay away from it, because Andromeda has become Mass Effect itself has become this franchise that's been tossed around and back and forth between EA and BioWare, and we're the monkeys in the middle. And we can't seem to get a grasp on Mass Effect at all. I will let you know myself, I have not been really playing Mass Effect right now, because considering all the events that have occurred, it really puts a sour taste in my mouth when I think of Mass Effect, and it's just like the image of what has happened in the recent months is always on my mind, and how a company as big as BioWare and as even bigger as EA, we see what a company can really do to a franchise and fail miserably and not even recover from it in any way, shape, or form. It's just run away and just not even go down swinging. You just go with live to fight another day, which we don't know when that day is going to be. Who the hell knows? So I've been I recently played Mass Effect 2. I streamed like 20 minutes of it, which is really nothing, but it was late at night and I got tired pretty fast and I didn't want to continue it. But I've been some games that I've been playing has been Knights of the Republic 2. I've been streaming the hell out of that, and I'm just about done with it. I'm on the last planet, the last level. And it's a great game to play if you have the restored content and everything. It's such an amazing Star Wars game and an amazing multiplayer game. Which you can say it relates to BioWare, because Knights of the Republic 1 was made by BioWare and the second was made by Obsidian. But it has the same mechanics and same type of gameplay. And I've been playing some Skyrim as well, with a bunch of mods, and it's definitely cherry picking on what mods you want, so your game doesn't crash. So you got to be careful about that. But yeah, I want to make this like a 10-minute video to talk about, but I mainly just want to know what you guys are going to be doing in the meantime. just play the original trilogy. I mean, for the people that are now, here's something I can talk about. For the people that are still playing Andromeda, I get it. Like, I really do get it. I get you guys. Like, I think, right? I mean, I'm not a mind reader or anything, so I do apologize if I sound, bad with my assumptions. Don't want to make an ass out of myself. But the psychology of it is that, we try to ignore what's the truth has been told to us by, distracting ourselves with something that's so easy to be distracted by, which video games is the perfect distraction to get away from bullshit politics and all that jazz, everyday events in real life, and then video game politics even. We play video games to get out of that. But it's really hard to understand that if you're still playing Andromeda with all this intel, you're playing a very, very poisonous game. Because if you think about it, you're playing this cursed you're playing with this cursed object. It's like Pandora's box, and when you open it up, all hell's gonna break loose. And Andromeda was basically like that. It spread its poison around by showing what it's like to make a poor game with the amount of time they had and the money, and losing support of a franchise as a whole, because a lot of people have not played the original trilogy. They might have just started with Andromeda, so they don't know what the old games are like. So how could you brag about Andromeda? How could you hint at people to buy the game when it's a broken game? It deep down, it is a broken game. I'm not talking about mechanics or anything. I'm just talking about behind the scenes. It's a very, very weak and fragile puppet to EA, and you see it big time. There's just so many things in Andromeda that was just not as solid as the original trilogy was, despite Mass Effect 3's ending. So how are you guys dealing with that? When we have nothing to, like I said, nothing to fill the void up. Are you gonna just pretend it's all right, keep playing Andromeda, let people know? I mean, of course, a bunch of us know about what Andromeda has turned into, obviously. But not everybody knows that. Not everybody goes on the internet and all this. Well, not everybody goes looking for trouble, as I like to say, and the truth or disappointment, because it's a tough thing to swallow. I mean, I had my friend's birthday, it was like a few weeks ago, and my friend and I were discussing what we can get him, in terms of video games, and he mentioned Mass Effect Andromeda. You know what I said? I said, don't get him Andromeda. He's gonna be disappointed. It's not the same. There's just too much of a burden to deal with, because us gamers we know what it took to make this game. Oh my god, it's like painted on the walls in our freaking homes for all we know, thanks to social media. And I know that it has been heavily criticized more than it probably needed, because like I said, I beat the game. I thought it was a pretty good game, but it just definitely didn't feel what it was trying to do, right? Obviously. And then it definitely didn't feel like the original trilogies with its intensity and all that. It just definitely needed more oomph, basically, considering how dangerous Andromeda was supposed to feel. But I'm not I'm not trying to be, not loyal to one of my favorite franchises, because it is my favorite franchise, one of them. Top 5, I would say. So, yeah, we'll round it up asking the question again, what now? What are you guys going to do now? How are you going to cope with all this? I would really like to know in the comments below. And also, just let me know on topics you guys want to talk about with Mass Effect, because, you know, in the meantime, we got to talk about something, right? We've got to keep our minds off of it. And me talking about Mass Effect right now isn't me keeping my mind off of it. But, you know, trying to preserve the franchise for what it is, not for what it, I guess, you know, what it truly is, you know, what it's done for us. So thanks again, guys, and I probably pissed off a couple of you with this, but, you know, it's just my opinion, right? Anyway, thank you, Pathfinders. See you out there in Andromeda.